Alright, here we go. Hello, this is CB Ultra 768, and welcome back to Let's Watch Ultraman Omega. And last time I watched episode 16, which, as I predicted before I watched it, was basically what happened. It was the establishing of the KSCT and their very first mission dealing with a mysterious kaiju that came out of the pier. And just, it was basically, we were seeing a lot of the setup. We even had like a commercial to establish how this organization works and that they are like working in joint with the let's say, what is it? Yeah, I keep forgetting the name already. The NDF, the National Defense Force. And yeah, their whole assignment is basically whenever there seems to be a kaiju incident, they will, kaiju and I imagine alien is along with that too, they basically go investigate the strange occurrence and try to figure out what's going on. And in this one, they were dealing with like basically this aquatic like creature, which they at first thought there were like two, because one was spotted in the pier that was like big, and then another was spotted in the fish market like small. But then it turns out, even as I predicted, it was the same exact creature. It turns out it could grow and shrink depending on the temperature. So I'm assuming when it's like cold, it would like shrink down, and then when it was hot, it would like grow. Which actually, that is true, because that's exactly how Omega defeated it. He got a Valganist to like make the armor, and he used the elemental of water and then ice to like shrink it down. And surprisingly, they actually captured it. This is the first kaiju they didn't. I was going to say that's not true. This is like the first kaiju they've captured alive. Because again, technically, episode 6, the mole creature, they didn't like kill it or anything. They just put it back in the mountain to like leave it alone, because they said, oh, it won't be coming back for like 100 years or so, and it's actually not a dangerous kaiju. It's not trying to harm people or stuff like that, basically. And again, sorry if I do sound a bit nasally. I probably don't. Maybe I always do. I am still recovering from a cold. That's why I have my face warmer. But anyway, to get to the main topic, because I'm rambling too much. This is the Let's Watch for special episode 2, where I believe his name is Nagari. The first one was just basically he's listening to like the radio show that we hear throughout the show of like the two hosts, which I do wonder if we'll eventually maybe get an episode where we actually get to see the hosts of the radio show and like what they look like and what they're like and stuff like that. I'd be curious if they do that. But basically the first one was just recapping everything we've already seen, and we just see what his perspective is on it. And I'm assuming this is going to be the exact same thing. Though I am curious if it'll be like the first one, where it'll give us maybe tiny bits of information for future episodes. Because again, I did find that interesting when he mentioned, the government's starting to form a task force of army guys to take on these kaiju. And then, hey, what do you know? We got the NDF formed. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So that kind of foreshadowed that. So that's really cool. I would really like it if they do that for this one, but who knows. But anyway, this will probably be a very short video. Let's see what Nagaraki is up to in his office and stuff. And I probably said that name wrong, goddammit! Let's say, we're doing this again, eh? Yeah, this is what they did in episode 16 as well, to basically kind of give you an idea and establish. Because this is what they said we're gonna run as a commercial for people to see. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that detail. Yeah, he's in the same building where they work in the warehouse, actually. Oh, she gave him a card, eh? I wonder why she gave him a card. Okay, she was just saying hi, okay. I kind of like that. He's like, yeah, I know those guys. They did it. They captured the kaiju. I like that that's public knowledge now, too. That, like, they just know that Kosei and Sarato are just kaiju hunters now, basically. Okay, calm down, man. That's like their first mission, and it almost didn't go so well. I mean, again, in case, example. But of course, that's a joke they're trying to say. It's like, oh, you called him professional, but then he nearly, possibly almost got killed by this thing.
太陽倉庫に荷物を預けに行ったんだよな。そしたらあれ先客かな。もしかして歩夢さんだったり。
Oh yeah, I forgot he's a bit, yeah, he's a bit like, oh god, Ayu, you're so cute. It's a bit like, dude, you're way too old. So wait, so they're trying to say he was there the entire time listening to this shit? That's funny.
絶対俺なんかが聞いちゃいけない話だったよな。
Oh, well, that was nice for him, at least. At least he respected their privacy. He's like, oh, shit, I shouldn't be listening to this. I better get out of here. I kind of like that they're trying to connect him to being there. That's why I'm curious if maybe eventually if he'll jump into an actual episode and then they'll have to help him with something. That'd be interesting. You know, you don't have to act them out to describe the tiger and the dragon. I mean, I'll give the actor credit. The fact the director can be like, oh, hey, can you get on your hands and knees and act like a tiger for me for this character? Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, so he does know. I mean, I should have known, because that's why he was like, oh shit, that's a conversation I shouldn't have heard. But yeah, so he knows Kosei can control these kaiju. Like I said, that's why I wouldn't mind if this character showed up in an actual episode and maybe talks to Kosei about it. But that's probably not gonna happen, but, you know, still interesting to know that there's this character that knows about his secret as well. Like I said, even if these like episodes don't serve a real actual purpose, again, I gotta give credit to this actor. Again, his body movements, his facial expressions, like he really goes all out. You gotta give him credit, man. Respect. It's better than like, say you have an actor in a movie and they don't even try at all. Like those are always the worst. I'd rather like, even if it's like you're in something bad, at least try your best to be entertaining. Or just give it a good performance, which I think he's doing a really good job for his character. Man, I'm surprised, like, they are describing more details to, like, basically expose Serato. Because, yeah, I will admit, that is, like, very dangerous what he did to where he almost got, like, exposed. But, you know, it happened so fast, so it was probably, like, people were like, huh? They just didn't understand. Which I'm fine with. And overall, this, like, fight was really cool, having them, like, fight in their human forms, and then, you know, transform. That was, the fun thing for me going back to episode 1, actually. I don't remember if I talked about this. But yeah, so, like, that initial laser shot right there, what actually happened was, yeah, he got shot onto the moon, and then after that, that's when he lost his memory. Because, yeah, right there, that's when he got defeated on the moon, and then he fell to Earth. And that's exactly what happened, which I found is really cool. Yeah. What you thinking? Oh. Well, I mean, not that kind of connection, but he does have a connection. So that's interesting. So he's kind of like worried, but I guess these radio people make him feel better. Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, they're showing like both Kosei and him were listening at the same time. That's interesting.
ふざけんなよ俺は指示してんだよ
I figured. I was about to say, I figured. It's interesting he was worried about Ultraman knowing that he's in the building, like he's possibly put together. But he's like, you know, I did support him, so I'll keep supporting him. I like that he had a bit of a worry. But, you know, I like that. But he's like, you know what? As long as they work together with the KSCT, everything will be just A-okay. Aw, that's nice. They're inviting him to a party. That's nice. I like that yet. Yay! See, you're not so far away. They remember you too. Everybody who's a part of this building is part of this big old family. Oh, and of course for that. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Cozy's like, did you just kiss the phone? Oh my God, that was right in my ear. Oh my God, what a character. Jesus Christ. Man. Okay. Like I said, I like this guy, he's silly. Again, I'm still surprised when I watched Geed, like rewatching some of the episodes. I was like, I can't believe he was like in that show before Trigger. The first time I really noticed the actor, oh God, was in Ultraman Trigger. Oh God, don't spoil, stop it. All right, but yeah, shit, what was I just saying? I was just adjusting the camera. But yeah, like the first time I ever saw that actor was in like Ultraman Trigger. He was like kind of the raw muscle of that group. And again, his character was kind of meh. And then again, I remember actually seeing him in Ultraman Geed. He's like the store owner that Riku works with. So it's like, yeah, interesting to see him like show up in a bunch of these Ultra series. And yeah, it's interesting they got him for these little special recap segments. Also, again, yeah, I was like, oh, what the hell? It just kind of ended with that spoiler. I know it did the red slash, but I thought it would, like, have credits. But it's like, oh, here's the preview. I'm like, no, don't show me. Like, whatever that was. It kind of looked like, it has the same body type as Noranga. Was it Pagos, I believe? But yeah, it looked different, kind of. But I didn't fully see. I didn't want to be spoiled. But yeah, so that was a special episode recap number 2. And yeah, overall, it was basically what I thought it was. It was just a recap. The only thing it recapped was it introduced Suzuki, if you didn't know her already. Like, oh yeah, so we got introduced to this new character. It went over Omega's abilities. And like all the new stuff he has. And just kind of recapping all of the feats he's done to help protect Japan from, like, all these kaiju threats. Which I do like that in the end, of him being all, like, knowing. Like, that's the one of the biggest things. It's like, oh, shit, so he knows Kosei can control the kaijus. And he's even put together, like, oh, wait, so does that mean possibly Ultraman is somewhere in this building? And he's kind of was like nervous, being all like, oh, what if they smash the warehouse or something? He kind of has that thought. But then he remembers... Excuse me. But then, yeah, he remembers, like, oh, well, I did support Ultraman, and you know what? I'll support them. And he even had that moment thinking, oh, now that they're part of the KSCT, maybe I won't see them again. They're so far away. But he's like, no, they're all the same. And he's still perving on Ayu. I'm sorry. I just find it so weird. I'm like, oh, dude, no, I'm sorry, but you're way too old. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, mostly it was just covering, like I said, Suzuki, like her joining the team, just Sarato's Omega's abilities and stuff like that. But as I just mentioned too, the most important thing was he knows that Kosei can control the kaiju and stuff like that, which was interesting. And again, I like that at the end, like, oh, he gets invited to a party, and he had that whole dress-up sequence, like, okay. I was like, what the fuck? Again, like I said, he's playing such a very silly character, but I respect the actor. You could definitely tell he's putting his all into this, like, role he's been given, and I respect the hell out of that for someone doing, like, this kind of minor role and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm curious what the next episode's gonna be. I almost want to say, is he gonna show up in it? Probably not. It's probably just gonna be like, oh, cut to the next thing. Like it's been weeks or maybe even a month later. It's always my favorite thing with these tokusatsu kind of shows is you gotta like take into account that it's like, oh, they're not just fighting kaijus like every day. They probably have some downtime. So it's like I'm always like curious, man, what are they doing in like their downtime? Like most people probably be like, oh, who cares? Just get to the monster and the fighting and stuff. It's like, I kind of would like to see what it's like of a day of just them just hanging out, which is kind of what episode 13 gave us. Like, yeah, there was the plot of like, oh, Omega had to fly Pikmon back to its island, but it was a pretty quiet day and they were just kind of hanging out, doing their own thing, just eating food and being casual, which I liked. But yeah, overall, I like the what they did was intersplicing him in the episodes, like saying, speaking of 13, that he was there. He heard the secret along with Ayu. I do like, too, where he's like, oh shit, I shouldn't be here. And he actually tries to sneak away because he doesn't want to be listening to any more of that because he wants to respect their privacy. And then there was even that moment when they were listening to the poll on the radio that Kosei was again getting angry because he's like, what the hell? Why aren't more people supporting him? And then he got angry for kind of the same thing, saying like, what the hell? Why aren't more people supporting Omega? I voted. Why is it only 45? Excuse me again. Sorry about that. But yeah, overall, fun little special episode. I wonder if they're going to have like one more or something like that. I don't really see if they would, though, because, I mean, we're getting close to the end, I imagine. Again, we're on currently episode 16, so I imagine if this is like 24 episodes, then 18, 19, 20, 20, 20, 23. Possibly there's only going to be like 8 more episodes left, and then the entire show is done. And then we're probably going to get a movie. Which I am curious what they're going to do for a Omega movie. I really do hope they change it up. Because if you see my video, I did a video on Let's Watch Ultraman Blazar. And that was just basically an extended, like, episode. Like, the fight was really cool and stuff. But it's like, you know, I kind of wanted an actual, like, you know, plot to it. Like, again, I'm trying to think. Like, I think Geed did a pretty good job. Like, it brought in, like, Jugular, Orb, and like Zero and stuff like that, and it felt like, you know, it definitely was still kind of an extra episode, but it was also, you know, still a finale and stuff like that. I'm about to say that's probably not the best example, but you know. And yes, at this point, I have still not watched the Arc movie. I have the DVD. I just need to find time to watch it. Just again, like I said, still recovering from this cold, but at some point I'll try to like get that recorded. Again, maybe most recently. We'll see what I do. Again, I always say that. It's like, I gotta stop making promises like that. But whatevers. But yeah, overall, this was a fun episode. I'm just rambling now. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next. Like, I'm assuming we're still gonna get kind of some filler episodes of like, oh, what incident does the KSCT have to deal with? And then eventually we'll get the like big threat, which they didn't cover in this recap, which makes sense because that was only between Omega and Zagreus, where he says the name, which I displayed, I think, in my last video. So if you want to see what the name was, go check out that video. But yeah, he says the name of like something, and I'm assuming that'll be the next threat in the next couple episodes. But we'll just have to see. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. This has been CB Ultra 768, and I'll be back with some more Let's Watch Ultraman Omega next time. So stay tuned for that. Bye bye.